So this is one of my first times actually really exploring the woods on the Connecticut River. Well, this will be one of my first hikes on the Connecticut River. It's going to be exciting because this slope goes straight down to the Connecticut River, which is at the base of this valley. And so this is all a mixture of granite and what I'm thinking it's likely a bunch of granite glades with mountain laurel forest in between going down, and then it eventually gets rich down there along the shores. And then as soon as you get to the shore, it is just riddled with invasives. But this might be the steep side, so that might be a little different. But we're going to find out. So this is a narrow valley that goes down. Across from me is another ridge that kind of goes like this. And it looks like there's going to be some nice glades that face south and look over the Connecticut River. But, I don't know, it's like 2 o'clock and I'm already 5 hours in. And I need to be home at a certain time. So I don't think I'll check that out today, but I think the next hike I do, or at least within the next 4 hikes, is checking that spot out over there. Because it looks really good. And then over this way, there's a nice view spot. I'll show you guys when I get there. So here we have beautiful chestnut oaks going along. And these look pretty old. It's probably 70 or 80, if not 100 years old. It's a fully developed mountain laurel lowland. Or not lowland, but understory. And it's a walkable mountain laurel understory. If this is in Rhode Island, this would be an impenetrable thicket of green and stems. I mean, it is off-trailable, too. The split rock viewing area is just really nice. And so I'm going to show you that before I head down. I mean, I could do a loop down and back up. Maybe I'll do that. Nice hemlock here. It's healthy too, by the amount of lower foliage it has. So this one hasn't been affected too badly by the adelgid, which is a white insect that sapsucks and eventually kills them. But some of them look a little shoddy, but that one could have been broken by ice. Same with these ones. These mountain laurels are really old too. It typically takes them 50 years to get to this size. Check out that nice, beautiful bark on these. And they form like these bonsai forests with the evergreen overstory. So now we're in a rich mountain laurel forest. Rich meaning it can support organically needy trees like the tulip tree, which typically only grows in areas with deep soil. And these typically grow in areas with acidic soil, so it's acidic deep soil. So this would be painted trillium habitat, or epigea, or gaultheria, or various ferns. A lot of different wildflowers like these kind of habitats. So I'm curious as to what this understory looks like in the spring, because it's either bare and open or it's a ground cover of ferns. We got a nice little creek here. Beautiful. Nice little log bridge here going over the tiny creek. Oh my goodness. Almost fell there. Look, we got Epiphagus again. The beach drops. More creek. These small little sprigs here are likely remnants of New York fern, Amorapelta nova boreensis, because this is the type of habitat it likes. deep-soiled, acidic forest. Barberry likes deep soil, rich areas too. Even though it's invasive, it's still kind of like it tells you where you are, more or less. Here we have some beautiful Pseudomogedon attenuatus, or tree skirt moss, surprisingly growing on rock. In Rhode Island and other areas, I typically only see it growing on the trunks of trees, but right here, it's growing on a small ledge with all this invasive barberry. Beautiful moss, one of my favorites. Here's a massive maple leaf viburnum. Look at the size of this thing, it's huge. It's like 10 feet tall, 5 feet wide. This is definitely a mature specimen, and typically you only see small to medium ones, never ones this large. And these like your deep soiled, kind of rich forest. So this is a rich tulip forest, or tulip. So basically we have probably 2 out of 5 trees is a tulip, and occasionally you'll get groves where it's only tulip, and those are the richest areas. It was a habitat that was quite common in the Smoky Mountains and the mountains around Boone, North Carolina. We also got a mature American beech specimen growing in the shade of the tulips, and we have a nice little grove right here. And you can see how there's like various larger, smaller ones. This is because deer frequent here, and they browse the crap out of these little saplings, which is fine because these are all root suckers. This is probably all one individual. And then we have a big grapevine. It's another common component of these rich forests.